Good morning, Unity. If I had to walk around the streets of any of our cities or towns and ask people what to do to change the country, people would come with suggestions like get rid of the leaders, get rid of the president, tell people to stop looting, tell people to stop burning things down, tell other people to stop stealing. They'd have lots of suggestions. But they'd have one thing in common. And that common thing would be that they would be blaming other people for the problems. They would be saying, tell that person to do something, tell that one to do something else. Every single person would have a suggestion that involves somebody else doing something. I want to tell you that the way to change a country is to change yourself first, is to change me. I need to become the change for this country to change. I need to be different. I need to think differently. I need to behave differently. I need to treat people differently. When that starts happening and that starts moving along, the country changes. People change. I remember when I was at college, I had a woman that was in one of my classes with me who absolutely hated me, and she had no reason whatsoever to hate me. But whenever she saw me, she'd roll her eyes and have something nasty to say. And I never treated her with disrespect. I always treated her well. I was always kind to her. She was a woman of a different ethnicity to me. And that didn't make any difference to me. I just treated her like I would treat anybody else. One day, I was in deep, deep meditation, and a voice as clear as anything said to me, go and tell her that you love her. And I thought, my goodness, that's not a good idea. This woman's just going to start spluttering and going crazy. But I said back to this voice, I said, if you can tell me where she is right now, I will tell her that. And clear as a bell, this voice said to me, she's in the library. And I walked over to the library, I opened the door, and there she was, sitting in the first desk as I came in. And she looked up, saw me, and rolled her eyes and shook her head and looked down again. And I walked over to her, went down, basically knelt next to her. And I looked at her in her eyes, and I said to her, I want you to understand that I have nothing against you and that I love you. And everything changed. That woman became one of my best friends. Now, why am I telling you this? I'm telling you because this is the attitude we need to have towards those people that we have got so much against. Because every single one of us are somehow linked. There's a common spirit that runs through every single being, every single human, every single person on this earth. We are all linked. There's no such thing as one person and another person that's entirely separate. There are no separate people. We are all one. And when you hate somebody else, you're basically hating yourself. You're doing yourself a disservice. But when you respect somebody else, when you treat them well, you're doing the same thing to yourself. Now, I'm telling you that if we want to change this country, we are going to have to change. We are going to have to start behaving differently. The stupid racism has to stop. We've got to stop thinking that we are better than somebody else. Just because you've got more money, living in a fancy house, driving a big Mercedes, you think you're better than that person that's sitting in a shack somewhere. No, you're not. When you die, you're going to rot just the way that person does. There's no difference. Stop having these egoistic, stupid ideas and start seeing every person on this earth, every person in this country as your equal, and respect them as such. Stop having snide comments to make about people, saying rude things about them, and this person's an idiot and that person's an idiot. Every time you'd say somebody's an idiot, you're compounding the problem, because by saying that, you're reinforcing the problem. By saying that somebody is an idiot, you're making them into more of an idiot. And they're going to respond like idiots. So stop it. If you want to see the best in somebody, or see the best come out of somebody, Put the best into them. Don't put the worst into them and expect something else to come out. If you're saying a person's an idiot and then they do behave like an idiot and you're surprised, it's because you said he is. You've confirmed it. You've made him into an idiot. Your words, have made that person stupid. Stop it. Let's look at each one of our population, each person that is in this country with respect. Let's treat them with respect, like the way we would treat ourselves. Treat others the way you would like to be treated. And you will see the best in those people come out. If you want to change this country, stop looking for all these emotional ideas. I mean, there are all these social media junkies and fundies running around this country, shooting their mouths off and getting all kinds of emotional following because they're appealing to emotion. They're not appealing to your spirit. They're not appealing to your essence as a being, as a human, as a person. All they're doing is they're using emotion to manipulate you. They're using emotion to get you to follow them. One of our leaders on one of our groups contacted me the other day. And she said, oh, I went to go and see this guy, or whoever he is, and he had all these fantastic things to say. And I'm thinking of, possibly following him instead of you. And I said, well, go for it. I'm not going to attempt to manipulate you, to force you to follow what we're doing. I don't care what you do. If you want to follow him, follow him. It doesn't matter. I'm not here to gather people. I'm here to change people's lives. That's important. Because I know that if we change the lives of the people in this country, the way I'm doing today, the way I'm speaking truth to you today, as hard as it is for you to accept, I know it's hard. But if you change, and I'm able to change you, together we will change this country. Not through emotion, not through some weird pipe dreams about cutting off bits of the country or seceding or doing all of these odd things. That's never going to happen. You're living in a dream world. You're the minority that are thinking about these silly things. The majority is never going to allow it. This government will never allow you to do that. So stop being silly. Stop following all these ridiculous emotional ideas and get real. And the reality here is that we need to start behaving differently as people, as South Africans. We need to start treating each other with respect. And we need to grow up. And there's nothing more adolescent and nothing more childish and nothing more ridiculous than racism, than thinking you're better than another person because of the color of your skin. That's just ridiculous. And you only believe it because you were taught to believe it by your parents and your grandparents and those before them. So stop it. You break the chain now. You break the cycle. You become different. And you start respecting everybody in this country. And you will see the best come out of this country. You will see the best come out of those people that you're saying are stupid and useless. Because you know what it's like. So many of you that are watching this today, your parents told you that you were stupid and useless, and what happened? You turned out that way. You start telling people that they're fantastic, that they're worth so much more, and they're fantastic people. You start telling people that, and you'll get the best out of them. I promise you will. And you know it's true. You know what I'm saying is true. It's just hard for you to swallow, and it's hard for you to change. But I'm asking you today, make a difference. Do something different. Don't do the same thing expecting a different response or a different result. They say that's what madness is all about. Let's stop this madness. Let's be different. Let's heal this country. We're not going to force change. No one's going to run around with guns and think they're going to change this country. That's not the way to change this country. We need to change. I need to change. I need to become a different person. And by me becoming a different person, by me respecting other people, by me showing love and acceptance for people of every ethnicity in this country, they will change. And that spirit of love and that spirit of compassion and that spirit of care will flow through every person in this country because we are linked. We can do it together, South Africa. I'm Mike Southwood of the Unity Group. subscribe to this channel so that we can get more people awake, so that we can speak more truth to the country. Have a great day. Thanks.